Hi friends! Today we'll be talking about bundles. I'm Loni, and this is my co-teacher, Emily. Our agenda for today looks like this. First, we're going to talk about what bundles are and how we use them in the three different phases: concrete, semi-concrete, and abstract. Next, we'll check in and move into our practical application, where you'll have a chance to practice using bundles with fun games. Finally, we'll answer any questions you might have. Let's get started.
Okay, so what is a bundle? A bundle showcases place value for multi-digit numbers. It's a visual representation and physical cue to help students read numbers. Bundles represent place value, which is necessary for addition and subtraction. To utilize the bundling model, students need to be able to count by ones, tens, and hundreds. Bundles help students access math content in a number of ways. First, bundles help teachers utilize the low floor, high ceiling technique because they offer support for students who need it, but can also be modified for students who need an extra challenge. Second, bundles allow visual and kinesthetic learners ways to approach numbers using manipulatives. Finally, complex bundles can be used to front-load multiplication techniques.
Concrete bundles are physical or virtual representations of manipulatives that help students count and understand place value. Let's take a look at a quick video example of what bundles are, how they work, and one of the many ways that they can be used.
Divide items into groups, it becomes easier to work with. Let me show you what I mean. If I wanted to count all of these straws, it would take a long time to do it one by one. But if I use my knowledge of grouping, I can count them much faster. Let's practice. We know that these three groups are in bundles of 10. That means we can count by tens. We have 10, 20, 30. We have 30 straws, which is in the tens place. Now let's count the remaining straws in the ones place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What does 30 plus 6 equal? If you said 36, you are correct. Let's try another. Let's count 85 straws. To do this, we first need to get the tens column. Which number is in the tens column? Right, it is 80. How many bundles of 10 do we need to get 80? If you said 8, then you are correct. We need 8 groups of 10 to get 80. Now on to the ones column. We need 5 ones or 5 single straws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have 85 straws, and we did that very quickly. Good job. We have 8 groups of 10.
Now let's take a look at an example of our own. Let's say that I just built a new library that has a ton of space for books. To fill my library and complete my collection, I need 561 books. How can I use bundles to show that number of books? First, we need to define a legend, which displays the meaning of the manipulatives that we're going to use. The stack of books represents 100 groups, which is a bundle. The green book represents a bundle of 10. How many books do you think the composition book represents? Exactly, 1. Like the video we watched, we're creating a table of ones, tens, and hundreds. The hundreds go all the way on the left because we read numbers left to right with the biggest place value first. We call this descending order. 561 breaks down into 5 hundreds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 1. When we put that all together, we get 561.
So now we are going to use bundles to explore the semi-concrete phase. The semi-concrete phase is the stepping stone to abstract and numerical calculations. A semi-concrete bundle uses written forms of manipulatives to move from physical counters to abstract numbers and concepts. They can use drawings, tally marks, or other written representations to depict place value. This is an example of the different tally marks people use throughout the world. Any of these work, and so do any other marks that you come up with. So Loni and I decided to expand our library to open it to the public. We need 232 books to fill the new space. Let's use the concept of bundles to represent that number of books. Instead of using book emojis, I'm going to create my own legend. In this legend, X will represent 100 books, T will be 10 books, and I will be 1 book. And we're going to use the same place value table as we did in the last sample. Because we need 200 books, I'm going to draw 2 X's in the hundreds column. 1, 2. And because I need 30 books, I'm putting 3 T's in the tens column. 1, 2, 3. The last number of 232 is what? That's right, 2. So I'm going to draw 2 I's in the ones column to represent 2 books. Together, that gives me 2 hundreds, 3 tens, and 2 ones for a total of 232 books.
The abstract phase is the phase in which students write 3-digit numbers instead of representing the numbers using physical counters or markers. This is the final step before we release students for independent practice and review. For example, I might ask my class, what number has 3 hundreds, 6 tens, and 2 ones? Instead of using bundles or tally marks, students would write the answer in numerical form, 362.
Okay, so let's check in. So far, we've introduced bundles, shown you what they look like in each of the 3 CSA phases, concrete, semi-concrete, and abstract, and given you examples of how to use them. Now we're going to use games that utilize the concrete phase to show you a practical application of bundling. At the end, we will address any questions.
For your practical application, please choose a game. You may use place values to fix the place value machine, or use place values to bake delicious treats. I'm going to put the links for these 2 games in the chat. These games are from education.com, and you'll have to make an account to play them. Don't worry, it's free to sign up, and this is a great educational resource. When we come back, we'll check in and answer any final questions. We hope you had fun learning about bundles and playing these games. They're a great way to engage students in math and keep them excited about learning. Any questions?